I would agree with what she said is you're not ready for your test.
Yeah.
Because if you show an examiner the things that you've been showing me so far when we got here, within minutes they'll be asking you to go back to the test centre.
Okay.
And then it's just a waste of time, really.
Yeah.
You're wasting your test fee unnecessarily, and it's going to knock your confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a nice feeling. It's different if you know you're ready for life on the road as a licence holder, full licence holder, and you're looking forward to it, and you go down and you unfortunately fail your test. Of course, it's still disappointing, but lots of people fail their tests because something catches them out on the day, or nerves get to them, or whatever. But really, the main job of a driving instructor is to make sure that you're, once you've passed your test, going to be happy, confident and competent in a car, on your own, going wherever you like. Because you just know how to drive, and you know how to deal with all of the different sorts of situations that you might get on the road. And even if you've never encountered something before, you've still got enough knowledge and experience in your head to be able to figure things out. Okay, and at the moment you're not quite there. That said, I don't think, with the right encouragement and the right support and helping you to take more responsibility for what you're doing, I don't think you're too far off.
Okay.
At this moment in time, it's a bit difficult for me to convert that into a set number of hours. I might have a better idea by the time we get back.
Okay.
All right, because what I'm going to do on the way back is I'm just going to encourage you to take more responsibility. Now, I know I said we were going to go through town on the way back, Town Hall area. But I think given that one of the main things we need to try to help you to develop in is your use of speed, it's probably more sensible to go back the same way that we came, because that way we'll be able to use the roads to build up speed rapidly, and then at times slow the car down without getting your clutch down too early. If we drive around town, a lot of the time we're going to be driving 15-20 miles an hour, and that's not really going to help you out much. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Right. On that basis, how do you feel about the feedback I've given you?
No, I think it's fair enough, yeah. I completely understand where you're coming from.
Do you?
Yeah.
You don't think I'm being
No.
harsh or
No way.
critical or...
No.
Okay. So I'm not saying... please don't get me wrong. I don't want to say anything to upset you.
Yeah.
But I do need to be honest.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So let's have a little look at parking then. What do you think is, if either, your better manoeuvre, if you like, reversing into a parking bay or driving forwards into a parking bay?
Never reversed into a park.
You haven't reversed into a parking bay? Right, in which case, but then drive forwards into a parking bay. I'll leave it up to you then. Just show me what you can do, and again, it'll just give me a bit of insight into sort of where you are versus where potentially you need to be. That's it. And when you get to the giveaway line, turn right. Turn left here, and now find an area that you want to use, and then just drive forwards into a parking bay.
Go around behind.
Okay. Just take it out of gear for a second. That's right. I mean, all I wanted to do really is see what you're currently doing, so I know where you are and then I know sort of how I can help. The basics are there. Okay. Just needs a little bit of tidying up. That's all. Okay. But obviously, if you've never reversed into a parking bay, then that's something that we're going to need to sort out. Have you done parallel parking?
Yeah.
Right, okay, cool. And have you practiced pulling over on the right,
And reverse.
going back a couple of car lengths and then pulling away again? Cool. Right, okay. Let's start driving back then. So we're going to go pretty much exactly the same route. We're just going to do it in the opposite direction to the way that we came. I'll still direct you. All I'm going to encourage you to do, okay, is start to, if you can, take on that responsibility for building up speed faster. Okay, so I don't want you to imagine that you're a racing driver, but try to imagine yourself almost as a different character. Try to imagine yourself as being a full license holder. Imagine what a full license holder would do as they, say, come off of a roundabout and they've got an empty road in front of them. Imagine what a full license holder would do as they're coming up to, say, a roundabout and they're wanting to slow down, and then look to see whether you can make a decision whether you're going to drive on or not. Okay? So I will help you out if you're not building up speed. I'll just give you a little bit of gentle encouragement, just say a bit faster, but what I'd really like to do, even at this stage, is try to hand that responsibility over to you. All right? Because you can do it. You just need to be encouraged to do it. Okay? So what we're going to do is we'll pull out of the car park, and then where the roundabout sign is, we'll turn left, go up to the roundabout, and then we're going to follow the signs for Ring Road. Nice, good. Good, turning right. Nice, good. Lovely. So, yeah. Full license holder mode. Much better. We go left at the next roundabout. And if you can see, the roundabout is clear, full license holder mode. No point in slowing down through a crawl and stopping if there's nothing there. And again, back into full license holder mode here as you exit. Already a big improvement. When we get to the next roundabout, we're going to be turning right, following the signs for Hull. It's the 4th exit. Now, because this is a busier roundabout normally, I just bring that speed down a little bit more as you get closer. And that's it, and then slide it into first gear from here. Stop. Yeah, stop there. We've got cars coming from the right that we'll need to give way to. So just tell me when you think you're going to get the next opportunity to pull on.
Well, that van's coming this way.
Okay, so we need to wait for them. What about after that?
And that car car's turning off, so I'm going to
Yep.
go now.
And again, burst of speed there. So that if anybody else comes onto the roundabout and starts to come towards us, we're already moving out of their way, and we're not causing them to slow down or stop unnecessarily. Lovely. Again, full licence holder mode. Don't be scared of hearing that engine roar a little bit. Now at the moment that lorry's getting away from you. Now they may be speeding, and that might be why they're getting away from you, but I can tell you they're not. So I'll give you some guidance as to how to position the car when we're coming up to the next roundabout system. Given you haven't had manual or much or any experience on this. So the lane splits in a second, just stay in the left-hand lane. Again, keep that left foot away from the clutch, brake only. That's better braking, keep braking, and then clutch down just at the last moment. Second gear now because everything's moving off again, and now you're just back to regular driving. Okay, just going to follow the lorry that's directly in front of you. Keep following it round to the left. Now you're going to have 3 lanes. Can you get into the centre lane? Just aim for it now. Okay, and this is the lane that we're going to stay in as we go round the roundabout. We're going round to the right, but we're staying in the left-hand lane. So as we go round the roundabout, we're going to hold the outside edge, be in the outside lane. So just have a look at the lights. Now they've changed. Just start to get the car creeping forward now, and then that will help you to put that quick burst of speed in, just so that we're going at the same speed as everyone else. So straight into second gear, and then just keep to the outside edge as you go round. So just make sure you're not crossing the dotted white line on the right, because otherwise we'll be crossing into the lane next to us, and then that might put us on a collision path with somebody. So just monitor the flow of the track, but let's see if we can build up speed the same as everybody else's. So back into full licence holder mode. And if you feel like there's a really big gap opening up between you and the vehicle in front, that sort of suggests that you're probably driving a bit on the slow side. Now again, it might be that they're all breaking the speed limit and they're going at 80 miles an hour. So yeah, you do need to check your speed as well. But if it's safe for us to build up speed and we're not breaking the speed limit, then we need to accelerate. Again, yeah, if you feel like everybody's getting away from you a little bit, and you feel confident being able to pick up speed, and you know you're not going over the speed limit, then go for it. So we're coming in for this exit, and just because it's an exit road, don't slow down unless there's a real build-up of traffic, because the speed limit of the exit road is still 70 miles an hour until we get up to the roundabout. So let people know you're coming off. And now just keep your speed up. Nice distance between us and the lorry in front, and then we can use the brake lights of the vehicles in front to work out when they're starting to slow down, and then we can start to slow down with them. Again, keep that left foot away from the clutch. Still keep it away. Still keep it away. Clutch down about now. And then sliding it in first gear as we get up to the back of the lorry. Okay, good. Monitoring the lights ahead, because if you pull forward just slightly, you'll see when the lights are starting to change. Get the car rolling. Okay. Now that quick burst of speed. Turning left first exit. And now let's get you, just don't change gear for a moment, build up speed. Let's get you skipping gears out as well. Because again, it's just going to make life a bit easier if we go second to fourth. Have you done much block gear changing?
Only down.
Only down, right, okay. Well, we can do it going up as well. It's more common to use it going down. So here, just drop your speed a little bit, because we're just creeping over the 40. But here, now we're in the 60, build up a bit of speed, and then go from 4th to 6th. That's it. Lovely smooth gear change. We've kept the speed up. And again, I would just encourage you, even though we're going to be going through where it says max speed 40 again, we know that's only advisory, it's not a legal requirement. If we're under control and we feel like we're good and the vehicles in front of us are going at a similar speed to us, then let's keep that speed up a little bit. This is a really nice following distance between us and the vehicle in front. I feel like I'm sat next to somebody now that is showing me they're quite confident to drive at higher speeds. I feel like I'm sat next to somebody that knows what they're doing and is confident in what they're doing, as opposed to somebody that has perhaps up until now been a bit shackled and been kept on quite a tight leash. I don't want to put words into your mouth, okay?
Come on, you're alright.
But it looks to me like you're absolutely fine driving like this.
Yeah.
And this is how you should be driving.
Yeah, I'm fairly alright, so yeah.
Right, so let's just round off with a quick chat then. So, overall, how have you felt from going out on that assessment drive?
That was... I feel more confident now than I did before. I think, to say the least.
Okay, and how do you feel about the way that I've been helping you, guiding you?
It's definitely been more helpful and useful than the other driving instructor.
Okay. As I say, it's a bit difficult for me at this stage to gauge exactly how much extra work you're going to need to do, but there is definitely going to be some. Okay. Yeah. Need to do a little bit. I haven't mentioned it today because there are sort of other priorities that we were focusing on. Need to do a bit more work on your mirrors.
Okay.
Because you tend to use this one fairly consistently, but not so much the door mirrors, which are important because whenever we're moving the car that way or that way, either for a junction or to come round something, then we need to know it's safe to do that, or if we're moving from one lane into another again, we need to make sure it's safe, and that's when these door mirrors come into play, because they tell us what's going on down the sides, whereas this one mainly tells us what's going on behind. Okay. So there's a little bit of work on that, bit of work to do on parking. Obviously we're going to need to get you reversing into a parking bay, because that's quite critical, not just for your test, just for life in general. And there might be other things that pop their head up, that we haven't had a chance to have a look at today. But as I say, based on the drive back and also what we've talked about and your sort of feedback to me that you've given, I really don't think you're too far away from where you need to be. Yeah. I think had you have perhaps struggled to take on board what I was saying about getting the car moving faster and quicker and bringing the speed down a bit later and keeping your left foot away from the clutch and things like that, then you probably would be looking at more hours than that. But you've taken the advice on board and you've implemented it immediately. Okay, so if I can give you the same type of guidance on other things, and you're able to implement those pretty much straight away, then that's why I'm saying I don't think you're too far away. You've got the basic skills, and you've got the basic knowledge. You just need to be encouraged to use it. And take on that responsibility for yourself, rather than whoever sat in this seat holding you back and, as I say, sort of trying to keep you on the reins when that's absolutely not what should be happening. Okay.